When we look at autonomy, we find that those levels have not increased very much, which would mean that there's a larger group of workers that are at risk.
The question, like everything else in life, is about balance. Having low autonomy is not good, especially if you have low autonomy and low demands. You're going to be bored, you're going to maybe to make mistakes, to start daydreaming, and you will forget that you can learn, and that's nothing good for nobody. If you have a lot of autonomy and too much demands, you are in problem, especially if you don't get social support from your managers, from your colleagues, your co-workers. So it is important to look at the balance. A lot of autonomy can compensate to a certain level, high work demands. But after a level, it may not compensate it. And then people are not able to do their work, they're very stressed. And we know that stress on the medium term can lead to an increase in cardiovascular disease, mental health. In the short term, it can lead to people having sleep problems at night. So it's not very good for the individual, it's not very good for the company, it's good for nobody.
Over the 20 years of the survey, there have only been very slight increases and decreases in the levels of autonomy in the workplace.
So very little change, which looks quite surprising if you consider how important it is for people's well-being and how important it is for using to the best of their capacities, workers' abilities. But there is something which is quite interesting. If you look between differences between countries, you can see that some countries have managed to increase the level of autonomy over the 20 years and others not. The other thing which is more interesting for policymakers is that you can design policies, you can support programs so that companies, set in place a work organization which promote the autonomy of the workers at individual and collective levels. And research have shown that this type of program are linked to an increase in productivity and innovation. So they seem to be like one of the way forward if we want to go into a smart economy.
To find out more about the European Working Conditions Survey, go to www.eurofound.europa.eu.